to the world of Swahili speaking people. Kama sivyo cha mtema kuni au sio bana? Ukweli ndio favorite yake wewe utumia hiyo, alafu yeye inakufanya kazi gani? Lakini hii ndio maneno. And have a fantastic adventure. In this episode, our journey will take us to the eastern coast. We're gonna discover the African culture known as Swahili civilization. Au sio bana? Hatujawahi kuona hiyo kitu bwana. Ndio tuambie hiyo mbegu toa Zanzibar bibi. Zanzibar sio bwana? Hiyo ni utamu kama gani? Utamu kama bana kawaida tu. Kama imezidi pia. Ya kupindukia yani au. Ya kupindukia yani. Au sio bana? Yeye unauzaje mkungu mmoja hivi? Hapo unauzaje? 300 mkungu mzima. Kilo. Yani kama hii inakuaje? 300. We will also discover how Arabs and Portuguese began the international trade of slave Africans. Welcome to the show. Stay tuned.
As we are hitting the coastline, since the attire is changing, even the language is going to change.
Yeah, a little bit.
From Alikuanga to Joe Nyaje.
No, there's another one.
Yeah,
we're going to update you about.
Yeah.
So there is a coastline. Sheikh bwana, waje bwana, tukuja lini bwana, unaenda lini bwana, tunaenda Malindi bwana.
Okay, that's what it is.
It is what
there we begin. Ciao.
Welcome to the beach. There we have changed the card. Welcome to the beach. And this is what I've been saying. White, soft. When I say soft, it's really incredible soft. And can clearly tell you beach life. And just suddenly you see this. Amazing. Isn't it? Fantastic.
The most popular tourist beaches are found along the coastal strip, stretching 90 kilometers south of Mombasa, including the popular resort of Tiwi and Diana beaches. The northern resort of Nyali, Bamburi, Shanzu and Watamu are accessible from the coastal road and ends at the ancient town of Malindi.
My name is Noor Ismail, nozzle diesel engineer, filmmaker, storyteller. Join me as I share my passion for building trucks and traveling to the remotest part of northeastern Kenya.
Then I will push you out. Yeah, I'll make you feel like nothing but a stranger now.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and remember to hit that notification bell to make sure that you catch up our weekly series of videos. In this episode, our journey will take us to the eastern coastline from Malindi and finally at the finishing line, Mombasa. Malindi is a town in Kenya. It is known for its unique architecture, which is inspired from Swahilis. It is also famous for white sand beaches and delicious seafood. Vasco de Gama Pillar being the one of the major safari attraction in Malindi, Kenya. This was named after Vasco de Gama and it's one of the most famous and celebrated explorers of the age of discovery. Vasco da Gama is so famous because he discovered the sea route to India that opened up many opportunities to the coastline of Kenya. We're gonna discover the African culture known as Swahili civilization. We will also discover how Arabs and Portuguese began the international trade of slave Africans, known as transatlantic slave trade. The immense 490 kilometers coastline that defines eastern Kenya is lined with palm trees, from where it meets Somalia in the north to Tanzania in the south. In the 7th century, the Kenyan coastline attracted the outsider because of its wealth, beauty. Kenyan coastline is a place of unimaginable beauty, where gently trade winds allow the passage of traditional door boat between Arabs and Indians. Trade once saw the area as a favorite spot to exchange spices, the resulting heavy mix of imported and indigenous influences from Africa. That is not all. Here we go.
Yeah, now I show you our tandoori chicken.
Tandoori chicken. Masala. Most loved by the Indians. Fantastic. Here we go. Wait, we still continue with the traditional tradition. Here is a cosmopolitan city. Indian, Arab, Swahili, Wakamba, Wadiga, Wanani. We'll tell you later. Here we go. Arabs and Asia created Swahili culture, which will go on to produce Kenya's most spoken language, Swahili. The Kenyan coastline stretches from 700 kilometers from Wasini Island near Tanzania to the Kiungu Marine Reserve on the border with Somalia. Along this route, the coastline disgraces through drowned river valleys, mangrove swamps, river deltas, coral reefs, and mysterious islands. Since the mid-1970s, the Coral Coast has become Kenya's premier tourist retreat. Arguably the finest beachside haven in Africa, over 50 hotels and numerous clubs and cottages cater for tourists. Much of the Coral Coast appeal stems from the coral reefs that stretch from Wasini Island in the south to the north of Malindi. Protected from powerful waves except at river mouths where fresh water prevents the growth of coral. The coast is characterized by smooth white beaches of coral sand, groves of coconut palms, sheltered beds of turquoise colored tropical sea, and school of multicolored fish complement a near perfect setting. But apart from the Coral Coast, many idyllic beaches, underwater wonders, and coral reefs, the Kenyan coast, for convenience, can be divided into three sections. The south coast from Mombasa to Shimoni, the north coast from Mombasa to Malindi, and the remote north include the Tano River mouth and the island of Lamu. Stay tuned.
all walk with an outer glow, living on our insides, casting shadows. The world's spinning around again. We all know, but we all pretend.
This is really Malindi. It's an old town, cosmopolitan, Indian, Arab, Asians, Portuguese, maybe Japanese, Chinese, Iranians, mix up. But I think let us go to the town. This can be town, isn't it? Let's go to the town and see what Malindi is promising. What Malindi will reward us today. It is amazing. This is Malindi. The second version of Malindi now. Second version of Malindi town. Yeah, wamekubali pia. Malindi anakubali. Sema hiyo. Ewe! Sikia ngoma hii bwana. Shekhe bwana. Uliona bwana? Mimi niliona bana. Si mchezo hiyo. Nikipewa tu. Pewa umepewa. This is still Malindi. We're in Malindi right now. Circumnavigation Malindi town. The remote outskirts. Cosmopolitans, cultural values, and many. Al-Noor Plaza. This is really Malindi for people who know Malindi. This is Malindi. And if you have never stepped in Malindi, still dreaming about it, this is the dream come true. For us and then you too, do that. You can. Yes, you can. Hadi barabara yote ina station yake. It's still Malindi. We told you that's a bustling city and it's known by its tourist attraction sites, beauty. There is really rich culture here of Swahili, Arabs, Indian, you name it. I just plenty. Get rid of the history. That's the story about Malindi, isn't it? Whole structure of the Portuguese. Remember, they've been colonized by Portuguese because their signature still alive up to date. Up to date. This is now the face of Malindi. For the people of Malindi, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Comment that yes. Say yes. This is our town. Our beautiful town. We love it, Malindi people. Comment down below. We need your comments. Show a little bit of love if really you are someone from Malindi and you know Malindi. And if you have never been Malindi, say, yes, it's not my town, but I've ever hit Malindi. And I know the historical of Malindi. It's the town of Vasco de Gama. This is the town of Vasco de Gama town. And Portuguese. When we talk about Malindi, Portuguese are happy. Portuguese, please comment down there. Say yes, we are Portuguese. There we go. This is Malindi.
about it. It's what we talked about it. Okay. Really huge and bustling. It's a rich town with a rich history, architectural, food, plenty.
This video, please subscribe and remember to hit that notification bell to make sure that you catch up our weekly